Hey, quick video here for aspiring music producers. In this video, I'm going to get you oriented to Ableton Live Lite. This is Ableton Live 10, and you don't need any special plugins or anything. All you need is the app and the stock sounds that come with it. I'm going to show you mostly arranging a song through MIDI samples and MIDI sounds built in. So we're not going to be playing with audio or anything. So by the end of this, you should have the tools you need to go back and forth from the clip view and the session view and program a basic beat. So the first thing I'll show you is if we're pressing tab, it'll toggle back and forth between the arrangement view, which is here. This is your traditional left to right view of a DAW, and your session view, which is here. And this is the loop view. This is quite different than most digital audio workstations, but it's very powerful. So we're going to start here and program some loops and then switch over. So what do we do here? I'm going to get rid of these audio channels because we only need the MIDI. And I'm going to go to the drums and I'm going to find a kit I like. Okay, and I'll just drag that onto this MIDI clip. And now notice down here we have our kit. And so what we want to do is click in here to create a 1-bar MIDI clip, and then we can come down here and paste in some notes. See that? And then when we press play here, that's playing it. Now that's way too fast. Let's slow that down maybe. Slow it down to 90. Okay, so what you can do is you can program your drum beat, and then if you like, you can duplicate that by right-clicking and duplicating. You can right-click and give it a different color, and you can change up your drum beat a little. So for example, let me find a hi-hat or something here. Looking for that open hi-hat. Now notice that the volume on that hi-hat is a bit high. And the way you get to the instrument is you click up here on the top of the channel, and that brings you to those sounds. Whereas if you click on the MIDI clip, it's the arrangement. So we're going to click here. I'm going to find that hi-hat closed, and we're going to turn it down a bit. We'll also turn down the open one a bit. And I'm not feeling that rim, so let's change that up. So you can see here we have that first drum beat, and then the second. All right, so now let's get an instrument going on. So we're going to come up to instruments, and let's see what we have. Let's just keep it simple. We'll get a piano, a little one, and I'll drag it here. Notice that it will automatically create the MIDI channel for us. So if we'd had the MIDI track, I could have just dragged it there too. Or if there's nothing there, then we just drag it on. Okay, so just as we did for the drums, I'm going to double click in here to give us a MIDI channel, and I'll just, unlike the drum MIDI track where it's just these, the piano is notes. So let's try something here. I can click on this and I can drag to zoom in and out. So I actually like that, but we're going to need something to change it up a little bit. So let me duplicate this. I'll give it a different color just so I know what it is. I'll try and drop that down or something. Let's see. You know what? I won't even bother with that for now because I'm sure this video will be really long. Let's just try and do a few more things here so we can get through it. So let me find another sound. Be again in piano and keys. So I'm going to drag that out so we can get a little lead going. Double click, and I'm just going to noodle around here with some notes until we get something that sounds kind of like a hook. Now, again, this is pretty boring, but I think this is enough for now to show you. Let's just do one more thing and find a nice bass sound. Something simple. Okay, let's bring that in there. And okay, so we're going to add one bass note in there. What are we at? I think C. We'll go down like a low C or something. See how that sounds. Okay, so now we have a kind of boring beat here. But what I want to show you is how to arrange this to here. And there's two ways to do it. You can press record and it'll track it down here, or you can just drag. So for example, what I'm going to do is notice that these channels here, 1 through 4, if you press tab, they align through 1 through 4 here. So I'm going to click on this with my mouse, and I'm not going to let go, and then I'm going to press tab. And notice that I'm holding it, and I can drag it right here onto 1. And now we have the same beat that's here. I'm going to do the same for 2. I'm going to click it. I'm going to press tab. I'm going to drag it here. Tab. 3, tab. Drop it. The bass for tab and drop it. Now notice that this is grayed out, and if we press play, it's actually going to be playing the other view. So the sound is still coming from here, and what we have to do is press this little orange button up here, and now the sound's going to be coming from here. So I'm going to click stop and press play. But notice it only played once. So now what we can do is we can, let me zoom in here a bit so you can see. I could click on this and then do Control D over and over to paste that out. I could do the same thing with these. And then we can start arranging our song. So we know that we have our, what is this? This is our drums, our piano. So let's try and start with 2 bars, no drums, and no bass, obviously. And we'll take that little lead thing out of there, and we'll just start with the 2 bars of our piano. You know, let's make that 4 bars. And we'll delete all the MIDI notes but the piano, and then at the 5-bar mark, it will all come in. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then all three of those will come in. So that's the basics. That's really what I wanted to show you. You see, if you press tab here, I'm not exactly sure to get back here. So you can come back and work in this zone. But the main thing I wanted to show is how to get loops going on here and then get them over here. So for example, you could run this for 16 bars and then delete these to have a little dropout or something, right? And then bring it back. That's a quick video. I hope that's helpful. Give me some feedback if you would like. What was it helpful? What was it not helpful? Is there something I could have done differently? And yeah, good luck.